Headed down to Chattanooga. I've got 3 races over the next 2 days, starting tonight. I'm ready. I've been training for this, so let's go get this Triad. All right, so I'm on my way to the venue. About a half hour outside Chattanooga is where the races are going to take place. It's my Triad weekend. It's Friday night or evening, and this first race is a trail run. Actually, is the one I've been training for recently, because I don't traditionally just do runs. I always like to do an obstacle race, but this trail run is just running the whole time. Not too worried about it. It's just not in my wheelhouse, but I'm excited for the challenge. I'm excited to get all 3 medals. Not coming home without all 3. So yeah, ready to get it going. Stay tuned. Hey guys, checking in before my race starts. It's a trail run today, but I forgot my headlamp, so hopefully I finish before the sun goes down. If not, I'll be running in the dark. There was a lot of optimism after finishing the trail run. Didn't finish it as quickly as I had thought I would. It was a little bit of rough terrain. It was at a horse ranch. So when the race started, we ran through a horse corral and then out into the open field. And the horses, I guess, were spooked by the amount of people that were running. So they kind of ran alongside of us and kind of crossed over at one point. My elbow touched one of the horses, so that was a little weird. And then the final mile and a half maybe, I actually did end up running in the dark. I forgot my headlamp, so, it wasn't too bad though. The moon was out, and I could still see pretty well. Ran through the water in the dark, so that was a little cold. It was a hot, humid day though, so actually the water felt pretty good. But I finished and got my first medal and was feeling pretty good. Went home, rested, and was ready for day 2. Race number 1 complete. Got my medal. 2 more to go. Back at it tomorrow morning. Day 2, back at it. I'm getting my early morning banana. It's about 6 a.m., 5 a.m. if you're going off where I usually live. Got my rain to wake me up. Headed out to the venue, get signed in, and then get ready to... During the Scenic City Mud Run, I was a first-time go on every obstacle until I got to the peg wall. The peg wall I had seen when I parked my car that morning. I failed that obstacle 5, 6, 7 times, and that's the most I failed any obstacle during a race. But I wanted to keep my band, so I just kept at it. I failed multiple times, but eventually I made it.
Come on, Will. Let's go, Will.
Good job, Will. Good job. Good job, Will. Hold on.
Oh, come on.
Hold it.
Come on, Will.
Good job. Hold it.
There you go.
After I finished the peg wall, I felt good. That was the last tough obstacle. Finished the race pretty quickly after that.
Let's go, Will.
Go, Will, go.
Come on.
Will, go.
Come on.
Go, Will, go. Woo!
2 out of 3 races complete. This last one I just finished, Scenic City Mud Run. It was rough. There's a lot of people that didn't keep their bands for completing every obstacle. I kept mine, but I worked for it. There's a peg wall. I did that obstacle 7, 8, possibly 9 times before I got through it. It really tested me, but I just refused to give up my band. I was going to finish this race with 100% completion. So I just had to strap in and do it. It was rough, but I knocked it out. So I got a few hours till my next race, and gonna sit here, rehydrate, put on some icy hot, take a little nap in my car, and then get back at it. After my mud run, I had about 6 hours before my endo challenge. Didn't really eat anything. I sat in my car, ate a banana, listened to music, walked around, stretched, drank what I thought was a lot of water and Gatorade. The endo challenge started, we were in 5 teams of 11, and we were completing multiple physical challenges. I remember at one point I had to carry a big tire, so I was inside the tire, I picked it up, and my fingers cramped up around the tire, and I had to pry my fingers off, and that was my first sign that things weren't great. But I kept drinking water, and it was still really hot out there. But as the challenge went on, I felt pain in my chest, right here, started to cramp up in one arm, and then right at the end of the event, we were on our second to last challenge, and it was our last physical challenge, really. We had to use a sledgehammer and use it to drag a tire, a big tire, pull a sled, and carry a bucket of rocks. I remember as soon as I grabbed the sledgehammer, put it in the tire, pulled, both arms immediately locked up, and a pain in my chest just shot. And basically my stomach, which had already been like in pain and cramping, tightened up. So basically my entire upper torso was just done. I was completely locked up. I let go of the thing, and I kind of walked over like this. My teammates massaged my arms out, and I was able to move my fingers a little bit, and I kept drinking water. But at that point, I knew I was in trouble. So after that complete muscle shutdown, my team really stepped up and helped me finish the course. I wasn't really able to do a whole lot after that, but we were so close to the end, so we kind of knocked it out. And they kept asking me if I was going to drive. And at that point, I decided I wasn't driving. I was going to call my wife to come pick me up. But one of the competitors was like, "Nah, man, you're way past just the cramping up. You need to get an IV with fluids from the ER." And I kind of agreed, but my muscle spasms started to calm down. So I thought, maybe I'll be fine if I get to my, I finished the weekend at this point. So I thought I could just get to my car. But once I got to my car, even just minimal movement really triggered that pain in my chest. And my legs were tight too, but it really wasn't my legs, it was just my entire upper body. I just remember the feeling of just being depressed in that moment, because I had just finished this 24-hour challenge that I had been training for, 2 days, 3 races, and I felt nothing but pain. There was no joy in the fact that I had finished, because I was in so much pain. I got to my car and was kind of just leaned up against the car. I'd called my wife, she was on her way, and I was gonna have her take me to the ER. But At that point, some of the competitors came back to check on me because they knew I wasn't doing great. And at that point, they called an audible, made a game time decision. They found the nearest hospital, kind of lifted me into the car, and drove me to the hospital, the ER, and my wife met us there. So shout out to them. Can't thank them enough for that. They really could have left. They did all 3 challenges as well. So they were tired, but they stayed to make sure that I was taken care of. So I got to the ER. Got to the ER, waited around for a while. Nothing happens fast in the hospital, especially now with COVID going on. Got some fluids in my body. Was there for a while. And then after that, got released, went back to the house we were staying at, slept, woke up, and made my way back home. I was extremely sore. I'm still sore. And in the chaos, I lost my medal. My Triad medal. So I've got 2 of my 3 medals, but they're gonna mail it to me. So there's that. But it was a crazy weekend. I set out to get 3 medals. I got 3 medals, but what came with it was unexpected and probably one of the most painful things I've ever been in. Just mentally, it really kind of messed me up because you get a normal injury. And you know where the pain's coming from, you know kind of what caused it, you know how to fix it. But with a muscle cramp, that just shuts down your body. There's really no toughing it out. You're down for the count. And that's how I was for my entire upper body. And I mean, even my legs were kind of cramping up too, but it was my upper body that really was just on full shutdown mode. I got all 3 medals. I did something that I kind of had my sights on for a little bit, but there were some unexpected twists and turns. But at the end of the day, got a few more medals to hang on my wall, and we take it as a learning experience. Gotta focus on my hydration. What happened to me this past weekend, I refuse to let it happen to me again. So learn from it, be better, and get ready to dominate for my next competition.